Blue Dream needs a song.
Darling, I don't know why I smoke this blue dream.
What, are you going to just steal someone else's melody, though?
I mean, if you're going to steal one, it might as well be from the master himself. Billy Joel, the piano man. But that song is in my head and it rhymes with Blue Dream, so it kind of worked out perfect that that was the first thing you wanted to say. This Blue Dream is something else.
I'll never forget the first time we smoked Blue Dream. We had been smoking weed for years or whatever. We pretty much got into smoking weed together. We both had dabbled, but we were like, oh, we're weed people once we found each other. And we were in LA and we went and bought some nice flour and I think I had said like, hey, I want something that doesn't make me anxious and all the things that weed seems to do to me.
Yeah.
And they gave us Blue Dream, and then we were smoking it on a drive from the west side to the east side of Los Angeles, which is like an hour.
Just baking out the rental car.
Baking out the rental car.
We're known for that shit. Hot boxing everything.
Every time we get to a place to return the car, I'm like rolling up the windows and you're like, what are you doing?
We have to return the car with the windows up just like we got it. I'm just like, we fucking just baked this thing out for weeks. The fucking what?
Well, I forget. There's some things in our relationship that have taken me a minute to learn, but I've learned them.
Yeah.
One of them being when we stop, I used to just, like, you'd stop the car when you're driving, we'd get somewhere, and I would just, like, jump out.
You're rolling out of the car before I'm in a parking spot, and I'm just like, what are we doing? A fucking bank heist right now? Like, what is this? Can you fucking relax for a second? You know?
Yeah, so I've learned, and then, a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, Sean, I was doing something that...
Have you noticed?
Have you noticed?
What?
That for the last 8 years,
Yeah, right.
4 years?
Fucking 4 weeks.
No.
Okay.
Like at least 5 years.
Yeah, okay.
That when you stop the car, I just,
hang
out with you until I wait for you to open the door. And then I just say, I'm going to just chill.
You should. You could learn a lot from me in that realm.
I have learned a lot
from me in that realm. But yeah, I don't claim to be able to teach a lot in this life. But if you're interested in chilling, which sometimes you are, I guess, it's like a kind of like a very like wispy, vague passion of yours because it is of mine.
I embody it more naturally than you.
Yeah, totally. But,
so I don't have to have it as a passion.
If it just feels like one of those things that I can help impart on humanity in times like this. Like I don't know what much else I can do. I'm actually nervous about that fact, but I'm not self-conscious about my ability to have practices that keep life feeling chill in the face of it all.
Yeah. And not jumping out of the car as soon as you get somewhere seems to, because you
just doesn't feel chill.
Yeah, no, now we land.
Yeah.
And we just maybe set an intention or just, take another puff or just make sure we have everything.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we end up just sitting in the car for like an hour. Sometimes we get somewhere and we're like, we're not doing anything. We're just going to hang out here.
Yeah.
This is our spaceship. But yeah, one of my favorite times in our spaceship, to go back to our Blue Dream adventure, let's honor this strain. Which anyone who's ever smoked Blue Dream is like, yeah, it's the shit. It's the best stuff.
Yeah. If you like sativa, this would probably be one of your top strains. But not everyone loves sativa at all.
I'm saying if you don't like sativa, Blue Dream would be one of your top strains.
Yeah,
a more
to try.
appropriate way of probably wording it. I just remember smoking it that first time and being like, this is what I want weed to do.
Yeah.
It made me like chill, but like talkative, but I had all these ideas flowing, but not in a way that was anxious. That was like, wow, look how beautiful everything is.
Yeah, totally.
I wish we could almost remember. I can. I remember that feeling. It is downloaded. Some feelings in your life get downloaded, and that's one of them.
Of course. Well, and especially I feel like in a situation where it's it's contrasting, like what the weed is doing to you is contrasting what the environment should be doing to you. Like we're in traffic, like we're stuck in like like just that, that LA thing.
We are the traffic.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we do preach that. Like, we are traffic. We're not in it. We're part of it. But it can be intense because it's just like you're on a 6-lane highway and you have to change the lane. You have to get off of the far left exit, and then as soon as you get off that exit, you got like there's a lot of that kind of stuff. And we were it's just like completely fucking mellow. Just keep completely chilled out.
If there's any strain that deserves a song, it's the Blue Dream. So
yeah, totally. Maybe Billy Joel could work on that. I don't know. One of these guys.
The worst strain I've ever tried is the Cannabis Cup winner of 2013, Gorilla Glue. I was like, this is what you smoke in October. It's like spooky season.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to be holding on to your chair.
Yeah.
You're like at home on your couch and you want to be holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
You can smoke some Gorilla Glue.
I got used to it. So, your opinions about these things mean a lot more than mine because I just get used to whatever it is. I'm like, oh, this thing's very intense, maybe making me paranoid. I'll get through it. I'll smoke enough where I'll get on the other side of that.
Well, we were talking about how you like being confused.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be confused.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes,
other times you're like, I don't want to be confused. Why am I so confused?
There's a time and a place for it. Because it's like I love microdosing, but it doesn't make me confused. It's doing the opposite. Like it's making me more in tune, very aware. So yeah, the confusion happens when I start like stacking things on top of each other.
Something's intense when you hand me a joint, I'm like, wait, what is this though?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll hand me a joint and I'll smoke it and I'll be like, wait, did I just smoke Gorilla Glue? Not to hand me Gorilla Glue.
Well, we've been in a situation where it's like, fuck, this stuff's so intense. We have a pound of it. Shit. And you can't help you. Like I'm trying to be like, okay, we'll just, we'll get rid of this. We'll flip this. And you're warning people like, yo, this stuff's crazy.
I love being someone who goes around with warnings.
Oh, gosh. Jesus Christ. Like, yeah. To be friends with Cass is to be really just like having like a motherly presence around that like just wants to warn you. Just want to give you a heads up.
Well, I'm just like, you're not going to wear an extra layer? You don't want to just have an extra layer? Are you sure you don't want like an extra layer or to be able to take that layer off?
Yeah, totally.
You're like, can I just leave the house without you telling me what to wear?
Well, you've gotten it so ingrained in me. The other day we were going to see a show and it was fucking 80 degrees out and you caught me trying to put on 2 pairs of pants. Because I was like, I thought we were getting ready for some crazy thing. And you were like, no, what are you talking about?
Well, I said it's going to hit the 50s at like 11.
Yeah, so I was like, oh,
we have a lot of time before that.
I better get ready.
Well, we also live in a subterranean environment, so we get very discombobulated about what's weather appropriate.
Yeah, that's whatever. I don't give a damn. I'm always ready.
Well, I want to get into that place. Like, I want to be. Like, the Wim Hof stuff really appeals to me. I would love to be one of those people that no matter the environment that I'm like, I'm solid. I can handle this. And that's my motivation for working out. I'm like, all right, this just makes me stronger. I'll have more blood flow.
I think it is a thing because like, I work out all the time. Like I go hiking while you do your pottery class on Wednesday mornings. So it's like a 3-hour hike by myself and like I went out there and it was like 57 degrees. It's like just where you're getting to the temperature where it's like, motherfucker, goddamn, I'm going to have to like bring things up there that I'm not going to want to wear the whole time. And like, all that rigmarole. I hate it. But I just said boldly, was just like, nah, I'll get used to it.
Well, with 57 is great because you go up the first hill and you're just like, oh, I'm fine.
Oh, I just went in shorts. That's it. No shirt, nothing.
Is like...
I just brought a water bottle and shorts. The Blue Dream. Earbuds. And yeah, it was cool. Halfway up the hike, I got a Discord notification that like people were hanging out in the video chat.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah,
Been leading some.
yeah, our boy Brian from the Discord was in the video chat leading a little qigong, is it called?
Mm-hmm.
And so halfway up my hike, like right at the peak, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hop in here," and I did like 20 minutes of that. And it just fucking really, really mellowed me out. Really awesome. And I was like, "Damn, I really appreciate this community." I think they see what we're trying to set in motion. And if they listen enough, they see like our glaring blind spots, and they can come up with like stuff to fill it in. And I think that's what's so cool about our Discord community is like people being like encouraging, like, "Hey, let's do this. Let's all let's talk or let's start a thing." Like, I don't know, like someone in the Discord was just like, "You should start a film club," and I was like, "Yeah, all right." And I haven't really like we just fucking have continually done it since then, almost a year. Crazy. Lot of great times, but I think that's what's so cool about community is like I don't want to feel like in charge of like if there's a community called Church of Chill, like I don't want to like feel in charge of it other than like influential in my musical tastes. But beyond that, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm walking my own tightrope. Like, let's all just figure out how to help each other do that.
Well,
you know?
one of our Sabian symbols, if you can ever get a reading of your Sabian symbols, I recommend it because we've referenced them. But one of our, like the way our astrological charts overlap and has to do with like where your Pluto is or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But one of our relationship Sabian symbols is like a set table. And I think of that as like Church of Chill is like, and kind of like we used to do lots of potlucks and whatever, but like not potlucks.
That's what I'm good at. It's so funny. We're both really good at that.
Where we set the table and like we're not responsible for the conversations that happen around the table. We just set the table.
Yeah.
We just made sure that there was like some flowers and some linens.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean.
And
like
good music playing.
setting the table is like it is to me like putting a vibe in motion. The specifics of how it all goes down, like that's beyond us. That ain't our thing.
Well, if you wanted to have responsibility over the specifics of what was talked around the table, I mean, you drive yourself bonkos.
Yeah. Oh my God, totally trying to control things. That's I think those tendencies are not really that much in me, or if they ever were, they lessen more and more.
I think you like to control, but like it's very it's pretty limited to like to me, like Cass, stay in the car.
It's limited to it's limited to like my immediate like sensitivities. Like I'm very like apparently I'm hyper vigilant. Like I'm someone that notices sounds even from far away, and like so I'm noticing the music. So like I'm sensitive about that. I'm very nervous in cars, and so I'm sensitive about like my partner of 15 years rolling out to get into ShopRite 15 seconds earlier. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like a. But beyond
You're
that,
like, look,
I'm like,
we're gonna be confused, and I'm going to be confused in there. What
Oh,
am I
yeah.
doing?
Yeah, just like wait, hold on, sit in the car with me while I get confused.
I love that you were like, I think every time I go to a grocery store, I think it'll be different. I think I'm gonna hit this vape pen, and then I'll go in there and it'll be different, and it's always the same.
Well, I can't even go in there unless I fucking hit the pen. Like I don't like I'm like because you like going in there on your own, so like I'll just stay in the car. But if I hit the thing, I'll be like I'll go in there, and on my way in, I'll tell myself like, don't just fucking stare at whatever Cass sent you to get. Like, you know what I mean? Like help her out, make decisions. Like I'm really good at making decisions, but then like when I'm high in a grocery store, I'm like, oh fuck, gee, what? What was that again? Sorry, what was it? She doesn't like wait. Like it gets crazy. So
Yeah, I usually just like do all the grocery shopping and then find you like staring at like the yogurt or something.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing when I was just doing that. Yeah, but that's just like a little thing. That's nothing, But like I think like one of the things I try to practice is well, like there's a name for it. We've been talking about this. We've been researching this together. Reality transurfing.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that fucking rad? It's a cool name.
I love it.
It's a great name for like kind of like like quantum spirituality. It's like where spirituality meets science a little bit, and just
The multiverse.
the multiverse. It like brings together a lot of things I think that have been in our felt experiences and in our practices. So like when you find out that there's like a name for this and there's a way to hone it in and do it better, and other people have tapped into this and tried this out, like it gets it's cool. Like, you know, just trying to, and I think at the core of it, from what I understand, is like to what we're speaking about. It's about instead of trying to control the ocean, learning how to ride its waves. It's many, many waves that it will infinitely produce. Infinite waves. Like figuring out how to ride those waves.
And maybe with a little style.
Well, yeah, exactly. And some zest, because I think that's what it takes, because it's like the way I think of us is like we're riding the crest. Like we're out there and it's like super spooky. You don't even want to look down. It's like super like, whoa. But like getting kind of good at that, because the spooky part is just like, how are we going to keep doing this? Like, where are these ideas going to come from? Where's the money going to come from? Where's the audience going to come from? Where's it, like all of that stuff. But like, it keeps going, and you keep feeling something that like I don't know, I feel the vibe, and it feels so crystal clear that I want to make a movie that has that in it, and that's what's driving me. So it's keeping me like on the crest of something. And there's an old version of me, and I think you were with this version of me very early on, that maybe it was figuring out how to ride the waves, but like was also like figuring out how to control the ocean, or at least trying to. And I think that like mushrooms kind of come along. This is why they're so medicinal. I think this is why they're on Earth for human consumption. Is I think that they kind of like smooth out parts of the ego. You know, they smooth things out, and they kind of tap you into that there's other options. You know, even though society might not be echoing that, but that there's other options. Like not every man needs to go out there and figure out how to control the ocean. Like become a really good surfer, man. Like be out on the crest of waves. Be riding waves alone. Be the motherfucker who's like riding that tidal wave that barely looks real. Like, you know, you've seen those record-breaking ones where it's like this guy rode a 200-foot wave. Like, how does this wave even exist? Let alone there's a fucking guy out there on it. Like, I want to be that. I like being that. And it requires you to be bold. It requires you to make sacrifices. And I think it requires, at least for me, something like mushrooms coming along to kind of like smooth out the parts of you that were getting what you think you're getting good at controlling the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit catches up to you.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, but like I think of reality transurfing as like kind of a more zen version of like imagination technique. You know what I mean? Where
it's very super chill.
Like rather than just all this like, okay, it's just kind of the truth of the matter is that your thoughts create reality.
Yes. Yeah.
And instead of controlling your thoughts and being like, I gotta think good thoughts.
Yeah.
Just like calmly choosing a more positive way of seeing the world.
Yeah.
And in it with like holding on loosely of like, hey, it'd be really cool if this thing happened.
Yeah.
And I can see it happening, but I'm not like, I trust, there's also like a trust. I think what is required to surf, I have surfed a couple times, but there's like a certain trust in the ocean that is required.
Yeah.
Like a trust of the wave, you know, a trust in the flow that there will be another wave, you know, and a trust that like.
Well, and that you're held by this one. Yeah,
and that your little actions that create your behaviors like will assist you in staying on a wave and surfing over to a reality that is maybe more aligned with a harmonious experience in this whole crazy universe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's tapping into like stuff like that like I dig, but I'm not the hugest fan of is like Neville Goddard stuff and like The Secret and like these kind of things. But I think like part of what this practice is talking about is where the Church of Chill meets some sort of like, you know, quantum physics. It's basically saying, don't get too hung up. Like like every reality that's ever possibly happened, like a movie, all those movies have been shot, and you can pop into to the different ones, but you can't be too uptight about it, because by being too uptight about it, you're creating like quantum entanglements that make these things harder to settle into and achieve.
You're like a
So,
resistance is paying
yeah,
attention too
yeah,
much to like, oh, I don't want this to happen, but all you can think about is that reality happening.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I think it's cool because it just requires of us to just get better at the practices we kind of already know about and already kind of have incorporated into our life over the years.
Yeah, one of the most like tangible experiences I've had on LSD that like kind of makes me nervous about taking larger doses sometimes is like the reminder of that. And to me, what it feels like is like life being a Ferris wheel, and but you don't know where you're gonna get off. And
Yeah.
I like have attachment because like I pretty much enjoy my life. I enjoy my partner. I enjoy my relationship with my family. I enjoy like
Yeah.
community. I like this version of reality that I'm on.
Yeah.
And when you take like a higher dose, you realize, oh, I'm on like a Ferris wheel of the multiverse, and I
Yeah.
don't know where I'm gonna get off. And it can make you feel like you don't have control of like where you are.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that coin, of like that fear of like, oh, clinging to the old version of reality is like realizing like, oh, this is a Ferris wheel, and I can like continue to make decisions that put me in a timeline that is like maybe more positive for all people involved.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like to think of, like all people involved.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're in like such an individual experience, but I really almost find it like discomfortable to like be like, I need to have the best time here.
Oh,
More
yeah.
like because it also feels like there's a version of me that's like living in these other versions of reality, and I would not wish bad on them.
Yeah.
I don't want to stake my claim and I got the best one.
Well, that's why in any situation where we're anywhere near in control of the vibe, and even sometimes when we're not, we're always looking for the person that might not be vibing and try to help them, because we've been those people.
Yeah, sometimes the way I help them though is just by like having the best time. It's like almost
You show them.
Yeah, I don't know. There's also like kind of this like equilibrium that is created. I don't know if you've had this experience where someone's not having a good time and you like join them in not having a good time, but my experience is like, oh, they're not having a good time, I'm going to have a better time, not because like we have to like shift the equilibrium to like
Well, this is what I mean when I say holding space.
Mm-mm.
You know, if you're in rare air and you're breathing it and you feel like you can just hold that space and let others come up to it, that's a very cool thing. Do you want me to read about? Should I?
Yeah,
So we
let's read
don't
about it.
forget like
And
some.
so we don't talk. So we're not talking out our ass in a way.
Well,
That's...
I don't care. This is what this podcast is talking out our ass. But it's such a cool idea. I don't want to like forget some like major part of it. So whatever. Reality Transurfing was introduced by Vadim Zeland, a Russian quantum physicist turned mystic / philosopher. His first books appeared in the mid-2000s in Russia. It sits in the same family as The Secret or Neville Goddard, but with a more complex, multi-layered cosmology. Many followers consider it a kind of quantum spirituality that offers a manual for navigating reality. Core ideas. Zeland frames reality as a space of variations, a quantum field of all possible timelines. Instead of creating reality from scratch, you shift your life track by aligning inner and outer intentions. Some of the core concepts include space of variations, all blah, 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 what I just said. Pendulums. This is interesting. Energetic thought structures created by groups of people, politics, religion, fandoms, social media trends. Pendulums feed off your energy when you're emotionally reactive. Reducing emotional investment stops them from controlling you. I think that's kind of like us being like I don't want to. I don't want to really pay attention to the news. But it's like just a very simple thing.
What do you think that is?
It's not allowing that pendulum to affect me.
Okay.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, yeah.
You're looking at me like that's confusing.
No, I was just.
Importance. Giving something too much importance creates excess potential. This is what we were trying to talk about. Tension in the energy field, which reality neutralizes, often by blocking your desire. I think there's a lot of us that need to hear that. Because I feel like that's kind of like the key to this particular way of seeing things. When you create tension in the energy field, reality neutralizes it by blocking the desire. So lowering importance removes resistance. Outer versus inner intention. Inner intention is your personal willpower. Outer intention is aligning with the flow of life so the world moves with you. The coordinating principle. Reality coordinates around your inner state. If you assume things are working out, they often do. I feel like the example from our life in this is Wild Magic. It's been like a 5-year-long reality shift for us, where we're saying the words magic, we're conjuring magic, we're looking for magic, we're figuring out how to capture it, we're figuring out how to amplify it. We're trying to hear a variety of different ways of going about living magical existence. We named our dog Magic. So I feel like that's when we go around being like, what is this charmed existence? I don't think it's a mystery.
Yeah, it's a compass and an alignment.
Yes, exactly. Best practices. Lower important. Treat goals lightly. Avoid both over-desire, clinging, and over-aversion, fear. Both create excess potential. It's just trying to meet in that mellow space. The church of chill. The temple of immaculate vibrations. In your heart, in your soul, things are calm. Tune your state. Before taking action, get into a state of choice rather than want. Practice mental slides where you picture yourself already living the reality, but with calm detachment, not hunger. I feel like this is the discipline part of this. The more I'm reading this, is the calm detachment is not charging it up too much. You know, say your prayers, but then just fucking set it and forget it.
Well, that I
Set it and forget it.
When we first told me about this terminology and kind of were telling me the tenets, I was like, oh, this is kind of like how we pray to the trees. We go up and we offer to the trees and we pray to the trees and we say we're open to surprises. But it's also like it allows us to then just like go back and like do our work and move things along and understand that we got, our big dogs.
The big dogs are taking care of it. But I go up to the tree and like before I even get there, I'm just like, I can't help myself. I'm just like saying like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just like put my hands on there and I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I can feel it coming and like, it's cool. It's just cool to say words of gratitude, and especially to the tree kingdom because they're here for us. So, doing that, and then like sometimes we'll get up there and we'll get like mad specific, and I think that's good. But like a lot of times, like I'm up there by myself and I'm just saying thank you, and help me out. Help us out. Help us out. Humanity. We need help. We need so much help that like without your help, we'll probably just cut your ass down. This is crazy.
It's not even funny.
It's crazy though. You know what I'm
funny.
saying? Like help us. Like help us. Help me, because by helping me, I can help people. I can I don't give a fuck. I'll live in alignment with whatever this tree tells me to do. That's how fucking crazy I am. Reduce pendulum influence. Notice where your attention and emotion are being harvested. Social media outrage, toxic workplaces, etc. Withdraw energy from pendulums by staying neutral or using humor instead of reacting. Ooh, damn. That's like, it's not inappropriate to find humor in things and to find levity in this life. It's not inappropriate to, be seeking that and looking for that. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of like Like the way we are doubling down on magic. It's like what Joey did. Like he's like, oh, I'm funny. I can do stand up. Now he lives a life just in pursuit of humor, and he was already a funny guy, and I think his life has become hilarious, and he's hilarious. Shout out to Joey Lipstein. Go see him live in St. Pete, Florida. Inner calm and outer action. Zealand isn't advocating passivity. You still take steps towards your goal, but from a place of ease. The key formula, intent plus action plus low importance equals shift. I don't know.
I love it. I actually felt like one of my bigger shifts that I experienced lately had to do with you had sent me this Hunter S. Thompson thing about goals.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Do you want to read that? Oh, sorry, y'all.
It's okay. We'll put it on floppy. Where would I read that? Do you know where I would read that? Maybe you could find it.
I only send you so many things. Maybe you could describe how it affected you, and we'll get specific.
Well, I guess first I want to say on the reality transurfing thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the other day I was like practicing it in like a casual way, where every day when I walk Magic, the pug, I look for 4-leaf clovers. And I've been doing this for years. Yeah. I've been looking for 4-leaf clovers. Well, maybe it's been like a year steadily, where I'm like, all right, well, I'm out here. I'm going to just like, I want to find a 4-leaf clover. I would like to find a 4-leaf clover. It's something I've done as a kid. Do they not exist anymore? How come I can't see them? Where are these 4-leaf clovers? And there was like a strong desire for it. And I was like, okay, trying to like chill out my desire to reality transurf. And I'm going to say the full circle of what I experienced, because I actually called in Robert Anton Wilson's wisdom, because his whole thing is like, expect it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not only, so I, maybe I'm taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
It's part of this though. That's kind of what the slides are, is like, being able to imagine it and expecting it.
Yeah, so I started just being like, okay, well, I'm gonna find a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Like I expect it. They're here, and I'm gonna find them.
It's as simple as that.
And I started looking with a new, just like a chill zeal.
Yeah.
Is that an oxymoron? Chill zeal.
Yeah, no, but it's what's required. It's what's required.
Anyway, I may have brought you, and that day, what did I do? I brought you a 4-leaf clover.
You came in and you were like, I got something for you. And you hit me with a 4-leaf clover, which, like, I used to love them when I was a kid, too. I have them laminated. I found like 5 in my life, and I'd put the date on it and laminate it, and it felt like a big deal to me. So you gave it to me, and I was like, damn, this thing's cool. It's a little jagged.
It was a little fucking jagged.
It's a little fucked up, but I think that's what happens when, like, you pop into the reality, like, from the reality where they weren't there to the reality that they are. Like, it had to quickly, like, be like, oh, shit.
It looks like it's like 4 leaves, and 2 of the leaves look like a split leaf, but they're not. But
it looks like you woke it up in the middle of a dead sleep, and it was like, oh, shit, I better be a 4-leaf clover. I forgot. And like, just, like, threw its shit together. But we threw it on the altar nonetheless, because it's just like, not the first, but just one of many examples, I think.
It's fun to play around in this territory with like non-consequential stuff.
Yeah.
And to have these little reality dances.
It's all non-consequential.
Well, at least one that feels non-consequential.
That's been making me feel a lot better lately, when I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's like a lot. It's just like a lot's going on. Like we don't try to make the podcast like about like reminding people about the state of the things in the world, but it's not great, and it catches up to you. You can feel that, but
of course you don't have to be watching the news to know what's going on.
No, and I feel it deeply, and it's like it affects me. But this is kind of where like humor and zooming out really helps me. I'm like, we'll be fine. Everything's fine. Who cares? Whatever. Like, it's going to be fine. It's like there's always been something that we have to overcome, or something that we're like adapting to. And we're just going through one of those periods. And like, I'm not going to let it harsh the mellow.
Well,
like, even though it really comes in waves, it hits me in waves.
Well, I think the rate you can feel that it's fine is because that you can believe and trust in the sacredness of the human spirit. and
Yeah.
the human ability to respond and react and organize and build community, and for these channels of support to coexist over like these like oppressive authoritarian regimes. Like
Yeah.
there's like a mycelial network that's looking out for each other that can't be stomped out,
Yeah, exactly.
and that will only get stronger through this.
Yeah, and I become very aware of that, and I become very aware of like my temporary nature.
And maybe we aren't looking out for each other as much as we need to, and maybe this is
no, we're not.
bringing to awareness
Yeah,
how much we need to not only not rely on our government, but realize, hey, especially right now, there's no illusion of the government looking out for us.
yeah. So don't
Like-
put faith in it.
Yeah.
Stop putting faith in it. Put faith in your ability to be there for people and help people out. And I don't know. I think that's what I've always meant by revolutionary. You know, I think it's really, really beautifully exemplified in the new film One Battle After Another. Check it out. We just did a film club about it. But that like really being a revolutionary is kind of being chill and calm and not reacting and being there for people and helping them out in every which way that you can.
I think I can talk about this without giving it spoilers. Like, obviously, like, there's the government, and then there's, like, the loud revolutionaries, and then there's, like, Benicio del Toro, who's, like, the quiet revolutionary.
Sensei.
And it's the sensei. And if you look at it, like, just black and white, you're like, oh, everything's a mess. The government sucks, and the loud revolutionaries are sloppy, and it's just... Yeah, but then underneath it, there's like this quiet bed that it shows, like, hey, there is a network of people who can act revolutionary without bringing attention to themselves.
And I think it's what's required as we fall further and further into surveillance state.
And maybe it's all required. Maybe the loud people are all part of the dance. Like, I'm not here to judge how people... I just, like, there may be stronger consequences the louder you are about your... you're not complying with the status quo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't draw too much attention to yourself these days. Do the work. Do whatever you have to do. I think, being a revolutionary is going to require something different from us than it did of the revolutionaries in the past. I think it was really kind of in the past a little bit more cut and dry and easier, and like here's the battle lines have been drawn, and here's what I need to do, and here's what they're doing, and it's a lot more confusing now. It's a lot more confusing, and
well, it's so the seed of it is just a consciousness shift of like we are from a dominator mentality to a collaborative mentality.
Yeah.
First with ourselves, with our community, with the earth,
Yeah. Trying to like act like we have a lease with a really uptight landlord as opposed to owning the place. In terms of the way we treat our each other and this planet. When you have an uptight lease, you're not nailing stuff into the wall or taking things down and shifting, dominating this and that. You're like, okay, this is how it is. I got to take care of this, or it's going to fucking cost me. And I feel like this mentality of ownership.
I love that you put it in a way that like a capitalist mindset could understand, is like
Of
leasing
course.
a car.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, totally.
And or I don't know, maybe that's a really bad analogy.
No, I think
as a
it's good.
person
I
that
like
was
it.
just like, we bake out rental cars. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's leaving good vibes.
yeah.
That's infusing the fabric with that good kush.
Yeah, totally. You want to? So I don't know. I just sent this to you, but I don't really remember what it was about. So if it impacted
It's kind
you.
of it's a little bit of a longer read, but I feel like it could be valuable. Should I do it? Or do you want me to talk about how it affected me?
Well, why not both?
All right, let me first read it.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
What is this?
A young Hunter S. Thompson's remarkably shrewd formula for finding meaning and purpose in life. In 1958, a 20-year-old Hunter S. Thompson had a friend who was struggling to establish what his life was for. Thompson wrote a letter to that friend, brilliantly articulating a lesson that can be derived from a wide range of philosophies, from Buddhism to existentialism. Don't look for goals, Thompson implores. Look for a way of life. Here are his penetrating words. Every person is the sum total of their reactions to experience. As your experiences differ and multiply, you become a different person, and hence your perspective changes. This goes on and on. Every reaction is a learning process. Every significant experience alters your perspective. So it would seem foolish, would it not, to adjust our lives to the demands of a goal we see from a different angle every day. How could we ever hope to accomplish anything other than galloping neurosis? The answer, then, must not deal with the goals at all, or not with the tangible goals anyway. To put our faith in tangible goals would seem to be, at best, unwise. We do not strive to be firemen, we do not strive to be bankers, nor policemen, nor doctors. We strive to be ourselves. But don't misunderstand me. I don't mean that we can't be firemen, bankers, or doctors, but that we must make the goal conform to the individual rather than make the individual conform to the goal. In every person, heredity and environment have combined to produce a creature of certain abilities and desires, including a deeply ingrained need to function in such a way that their life will be meaningful. A person has to be something. They have to matter. As I see it then, the formula runs like this. A man must choose a path which will let his abilities function at maximum efficiency toward the gratification of his desires. In doing this, he is fulfilling a need, giving himself identity. He avoids frustrating his potential, choosing a path which puts no limit on his self-development, and he avoids the terror of seeing his goal wilt or lose its charm as he draws closer to it. Rather than bending himself to meet the demands of that which he seeks, he has bent his goal to conform to his own abilities and desires. In short, he has not dedicated his life to reaching a predefined goal, but he has rather chosen a way of life he knows he will enjoy. The goal is absolutely secondary. It is the functioning toward the goal which is important, and it seems almost ridiculous to say that a man must function in a pattern of his own choosing. For to let another man define your own goals is to give up one of the most meaningful aspects of life, the definitive act of will which makes a man an individual. A man who procrastinates in his choosing will inevitably have his choice made for him by circumstance. So if you now number yourself among the disenchanted, then you have no choice but to accept things as they are, or to seriously seek something else. But beware of looking for goals. Look for a way of life. Decide how you want to live, and then see what you can do to make a living within that way of life. But you say, I don't know where to look. I don't know what to look for. And there's the crux. Is it worth giving up what I have to look for something better? I don't know. Is it? Who can make that decision but you? But even by deciding to look, you go a long way toward making the choice. I'm not trying to send you out on the road in search of Valhalla, but merely pointing out that it is not necessary to accept the choices handed down to you by life as you know it. There is more to it than that. No one has to do something they don't want to do for the rest of their lives. So the first time I read this, my ego was like, no, I need goals. My ego was just like, all right, then you just become of course, Hunter S. Thompson is just a egotistical, or not egotistical, like a hedonistic, druggy. You know what I mean? Like,
you like that type sometimes.
I know. But when I think of the worst of myself, I think of that as like I'm a hedonistic druggie, you know?
Yeah.
So my ego wanted to push that away, but then I started like thinking about it and kind of like integrating it and realizing like, okay, what's one of my bigger goals right now? It's like, okay, I've decided to become fit. And I was even able to make that decision of like a goal without a goal is realizing like, oh, if I just keep thinking about this quote unquote, one day I'll be fit, I need to be fit, then it's like every day is like a dance of like, oh, well, I didn't accomplish that goal or I this or that or whatever, rather
It
than
brings it into blame and shame. It starts to create those little fucking static frequencies.
yeah, and so I just was like, oh, and instead of just because the goal can feel on a day-to-day basis, whether it's getting fit or doing this movie or whatever the goal is, it can feel insurmountable. So yeah, every day invites shame and blame. But when you think about like, oh, a way of life, my way of life is now fitness.
Yeah.
There's like been this like natural shift where I am picking up weights at 10 p.m. and I am realizing that there's a lot more that I can accomplish in a day. Because sometimes I'll wake up and I'll think, well, there's no way I'll be able to accomplish my goal today. So I'm just going to scroll hole my into anesthetizing myself into not thinking about how I can't accomplish my goal today. Rather than just being like, oh, I'm living a way of life where let me see how much I can accomplish today. Let me see what's possible within the day, within a chill framework. And then I find, oh, well, it's pretty chill to actually just like lie on the floor and do some bridges or whatever. And it's not too bad to like lift these 10-pound weights. And it's more, I don't know, it's a kind of become an invitation towards my day being like so much more full by keeping it in today rather than like this like far off goal that's just like he's saying, like every day it's like neuroses because every day you see your goal differently, and then you have the self-judgment and everything.
Yeah, it makes sense. I've felt it. I've done both dances.
We'll continue to.
We'll continue to. Yeah, I don't know if there's like ever gonna be like one way to proceed in life that makes sense for everyone all the time. Yeah, it's interesting to kind of talk about these different things. And if anyone's been listening to us for a long time, they've seen us like go in and out of phases, like where you might look at us and be like, damn, they got their fucking shit together, or like look at us in a different phase and it's just like, wow, I've never seen someone so loose, and I don't know, both have served me weirdly. I'm proud of both. Like,
yeah.
I'm proud of my ability to be really loose and light, and I'm proud of my ability to kind of navigate whatever that other thing is.
Well, I think there's also like you get a lot done. You've stuck your flag in the ground of like chillness.
Yeah.
But like you're still able to accomplish a lot within that orbit.
Yeah.
Of being chill.
Yeah, totally.
And because you've kind of, instead of like made it all about like who you will be, you're like, no, who am I today?
Yeah.
Today I'm someone who prioritizes chillness and art and discipline.
Music curation and push-ups today, and that's okay. And then another day, it's like we'll get so much done. We'll get as much done in a day as people get done in a month. And sometimes we'll get really lucky and like business will come our way, and it kind of makes it feels like life on easy mode when like business comes your way. It's like the universe making it easy for you.
Yeah, well, anyone
like,
who's freelance, you realize it's not, and it comes with a lot of the moments of like, I think we've been reality transurfers for a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because we realize like, oh, in order to get these like big jobs and be available for them, we have to like genuinely be available.
Which means you have to have faith in yourself.
Which means you have to have faith that opportunities that you create for yourself or that come around, like that they're worth investing in, even if it means you're investing your energy and time in like not being fearful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And being okay with going with less. Like I'm okay with it. Like we don't need it that much.
And and when we like it's so funny how it works, because it's like usually our desires are around making a film, but usually when we've made the film or are making it, we're like, okay, we desire now being able to live, so it'd be nice to get a commercial again or some sort of gig. And I feel like when we made our biggest like all in on ourselves, which was Wild Magic at this stage in our career, at this time in the industry and the media landscape to go that all in on a project. Was rewarded by Marvel starting to call us for gigs, like, and getting to do, like, it's better than a commercial. Like,
Well,
commercials pay really
I've
well,
been
but
praying for
like,
so long. I've been praying for so long that like may all the work that we've done lead us to do something that feels like in line with who we are as people
yeah,
and not be like a fight, because like I feel that you're such a talented director and artist that I'm like, it's criminal that that the only time we can make money is when it feels like we're selling our soul.
yeah, it shouldn't have to be like
And it
that.
shouldn't, I don't want it to be like that. Yeah.
Well, that's where I think, like, I don't know, our there is a way of life in there, and there's had to be for a long time, like, because if I was tying my sense of self-worth to my bank account or the last time I, like, got a commercial gig, my life would have been such an up and down roller coaster disaster for so long. Like, I don't think you could have withstood it. So it's just like, I don't know. I think we've managed in other ways. We've managed to keep the faith. Basically, that's really all it is. We've managed to just keep the faith, and at some point, at sometimes others might have thought it delusional. Maybe right now, but that's when it gets rewarded with, like, cool gigs, and a gig comes along, and, like, all of a sudden your time is spoken for, you're validated, you're getting money, and, like, all these things that, like, not having available to me all the time really has developed my character.
Mm.
People hear me talk about my past a lot, like, that made me who I am, all those, the traumas and the dramas and all this shit. What's made me who I am? Like, being a fucking freelancer my whole adult life. Like, the mindset you have to get into is fucking crazy. And trust me, there's been temptations to get out. I've had chances. I started off, like, as just having History Channel and HBO and Howard Stern. I had, like, clients that I could so count on that it felt like I had a job. I really wasn't out there in the wilderness yet. I didn't know what it was like until I started directing commercials for a living. And it's like, you direct a commercial and you get paid like $120,000 for 3-4 weeks of work. And you're like, great, now I can go make my next movie. And I start pouring all my money into that next movie. And but there's time. All of a sudden you have time. And you're sitting there like, am I a piece of shit? That can start happening. And I had to really nip that in the bud
The only reason
time ago.
It's not the only reason, but it's like one of the foundational reasons for why we podcast is so that we can like move energy on a weekly basis.
It's why we do it. We don't make money from this. It'd be awesome. Send us a tip. Send us. Get on patreon.com/churchofchill. It's $2 a month, and you can give us more than that. But yeah, it's like, it's made me who I am. Like, being a freelancer, having time on your hands, and then, like, trying to conduct yourself with some decorum when you did just land the big gig and finish it, and you have all the money you're gonna need for a while. Like, I've tried to be good at this stuff, but I don't know. I think I've been transurfing for a while, so it's refreshing to see that there's ideas out there being articulated by people that, like, understand what's actually going on.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But it's a lifestyle. It's for me, it's a religion. It's a religion. The only reason I can access a church of chill within me is because I believe in myself. There's a Prince has lyric in a song called Style. I don't know the exact lyric, but it's something that, like, style is loving yourself so much that you don't need other people to.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn, that's what Prince did. Like, he was this fucking crazy weirdo from another dimension who was bullied as a kid, who was tortured and bullied for being, like, a little fucked up weirdo. And he just chose to love himself so immensely that the world conformed to that reality, where he was like a superstar getting to perform in front of tens of thousands of people whenever he wanted, multimillionaire, acting, being in movies, like doing soundtracks, fucking albums, live performances, jumping off pianos into a full split and then popping up James Brown style, like, yeah, just fucking pure insanity. Came from self-love. And I don't think anyone else could impart that on a person besides yourself. So, yeah, the circumstances of where I felt my career was going brought into crystal focus the lifestyle that was available to me, and I'm gonna take it. And I think it was very powerful that when you and I met, we had a similar lifestyle goal, and I think that just like put us into the dimension where we were going to be together, and that's why it was felt so early. If you want to take our transurfing behaviors all the way back to then, like how powerful is it when two people share a vision, when two people are like, oh, we've been trying to align our life where we can do this thing and just be these wild gonzo documentary filmmakers. And like that, we shared that vision like at the second we met. Like I know I was already doing my thing filmmaking wise, but like, and you were too. But that we were like, wait, let's make a life out of this. You know, like let's devote ourselves to seeing the world in this way. I think that just like it really powerfully put us into the coolest movie we could have ever been in. And we've been loving it and living it. And that's why I go up. That's why when I go up to this tree, who's so powerful, I say thank you. Jeez, it's like thank you. And when I forget, I got to go back up there. And I think you're doing that too. And it's easy to forget.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because there's like a lot of stuff lately about like mindset, and I think you and I, what you're seeing, and if you've been listening for a long time, you've seen this evolve, but like really realizing that we are the stories we tell ourselves, and that that's like our brain is just like a storytelling machine, and we're like, okay, there's an option to tell a better story. And if there's an option to tell a better story, best believe you're going to be living a better story if you start telling yourself the better story. Not the like, I'm an idiot, I fucked up. No, I've made decisions that allowed me to grow and learn, and now I have all these new insights, like, and I feel like that's a lot of the work we do with anyone we ever talk to who comes to us who's like kind of down and out. We're just like, you and I we're just like storytellers. We're like, all right, I hear your story, and I'm going to counter you with this story, because this is the story we see, and this is the story we hear.
Yeah.
And this is the story we like better. And both stories are true.
Yeah.
So why not choose the better one?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy when like a dear friend will come to you with like this energy of like, oh, my shit's all fucked up, and I'm like, I hang out with you all the time. It's quite the opposite, actually. Your shit's not fucked up. Like, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Think about where you were before. Think about, think about all the progress you've made. Think about all you've learned.
Well, like, and also it's like, why not look at your life and see the potential?
Mm-hmm. That's psychedelic to me. That's what psychedelic equates to. Is
like, and it can start with like, I'm able-bodied.
Yeah.
I can see.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk. I can feel things. I
can dance. I can hear music.
I got a decent night's sleep last night.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the littlest wins are worth counting.
I've been telling you this, baby.
No, I'm telling you this. No.
Well, like
we have to remind each other.
Well, yeah. To be fair, like I was preaching this to you. You're in your 20s. I'm in my 30s, and I'm like, yo, we got to celebrate our wins. You could just feel it. Yeah, like I could feel it. I was like, yo, life isn't just doling them out the way you might think. We got to celebrate them. And you're in your 20s, like, everything's gone perfectly for me. What are we talking about? I wasn't
like that in my 20s. In my 20s, I was shit scared.
The early 20s, yeah.
I was shit scared and overwhelmed, and just like a win would come. But what I'm saying, and what you've also preached to me, you're talking about like genuine wins. I'm saying,
Yeah.
are you breathing fresh air? Like, let's take it down to the basics.
Yeah.
Like, the reasons to be grateful today are
running water.
Running water. Simple.
Mm.
There's no like, oh, well, they have it so good. Of course they can be grateful. It's like, okay, we could tell you a different, darker story. You know what I mean? You think
yeah.
You think we don't have a dark story to tell? Like, we could tell one.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, we all have this like access to, and I think we're in the training grounds because we are around your folks all the time who like want to tell a bad story. And we're always like,
yeah.
And the truth is, you really can't tell someone else's story. You can't. Everyone's going to tell their own, but we can remind each other that there's a lot to be grateful for, that there's good stories to tell, that if you tell a good story, that it actually isn't, you're not being bad by beating yourself up. If you take care of yourself and if you're kind to yourself, you can be in a more reactive place from a place of integrity. And if you're in a place of integrity, then you can be of more service to the people you love and care about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, it's not a selfish act to look at your life and tell a better story, because like everyone directly connected to you, which is a lot more people than you realize, benefit from you looking at the bright side.
Yeah. And it's easier said than done.
Of course.
It's easier said than done, because it's like I was just reading about this reality transurfing. It's like the discipline comes in being easy breezy, not beating yourself up, and starting to tune out those pendulums that might be swinging your fucking dick in every which way.
Was there something in there about complaining? Where were we reading about complaining? There was something that we were... Oh,
no, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But I think it falls under this umbrella very neatly to me. Like, basically, like, you know, you might think venting is helping, but when you do it for more than 60 seconds, it's actually doing brain damage, and it's literally contagious. And, you know...
As people who vent to each other when we were like, okay, we're like, we gotta lock it up.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's great. I don't know. Even if that information's not true, isn't that kind of a fun challenge? Like, I don't know. We like challenging the dominant paradigms, not only in society, but within our own life.
Yeah.
It's why I've ever quit anything. It's why I'm not fucking around with nicotine. It's why you are. You were challenging the dominant paradigm where... you didn't need it, and you just have your breath and all your just good girl practices. And I challenged the dominant paradigm by saying, I don't need this. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
But
I need it. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I think at certain times it's.
I'm doing a dance, and
yeah.
It's okay. I'm wrapping it up. It's getting wrapped up.
Wrap it up when it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, no, it's time. It's time.
All right, well, it's time to wrap this up. Let's go over to patreon.com/churchofchill.
We can talk about why this album is...
I don't know why this album is here, except I love it. Cockatoo Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas.
Didn't you just get this?
Yeah. We've been listening to it a lot.
And didn't you just, when you put it on, you realize it was like the anniversary of it coming out or something?
Oh, holy shit, yeah. What the fuck?
Okay, we can talk about that in the
No, this keeps happening. It's so weird. I just bought this album randomly. This wasn't a reissue. I was just like, ooh. I mean, it is a reissue, but like it's not new. And I was like, ooh, I need this one. I love this album. I love all the Cockatoo Twins albums. And then the second I put it on, I was like, now let me do my thing. Start researching it. Came out 35 years ago to the day. What the hell?
Pretty cool.
Patreon.com/churchofchill. We're going to do part 2. It's called Afterglow. We do a part 2 of all these where we get a little bit more loose. And, our Church of Chill music, or my weekly music mixes are on there. Sometimes I'd even do them more than a week. Some sick mixes out there, and access to our Discord community and our weekly film club. Every Monday night, we discuss a film that we all watched. We did One Battle After Another this week, and it was one of my favorite ones. I might put the recording of it up on the Patreon. So if you saw that movie and you want to hear our community dissect it, that'll be out there. And we love you. Cool?
Cool.
Peace, love, and magic.